And on this episode of the biggest know-nothing burger of all time, we have this from Sports Illustrated. Tony Khan says AEW will show real CM Punk All-In footage. So a couple months ago, there was an AEW pay-per-view called All In. After a match between Jack Perry and Hook, CM Punk got into a physical altercation with Jack Perry. Since then, Jack Perry has been on NJPW, and CM Punk told his boss Tony Khan, "Let me go, I'm leaving this place." And now he's on the WWE. Massive ratings pop for that company. So now the Young Bucks and Tony Khan are a little bit butthurt because CM Punk went on some talk show about it and just kind of explained what happened. He's like, oh yeah, I was talking to Jack and he was getting close to me, so, I kind of choked him. And so that's like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? He didn't assault this man to the point where law enforcement had to get involved. Neither one of these men spent the night in prison. So now you have Tony Khan, who is desperate for ratings at this point, that every couple of weeks he has to put out a big announcement on AEW Dynamite, must tune in, biggest news of all time. He keeps putting these out there to bring in people, and no one gives a shit. I don't care if CM Punk walked backstage, saw Jack Perry coming at him, and knocked him the fuck out. It doesn't matter. And it's not gonna matter. No one in the WWE locker room or in management is going to be glued to their TV saying, oh, well, if Punk lied, we might have to let this man go. We can't let a liar in our business. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? And when I first heard this was announced, I thought it was going to be like the Young Bucks playing a joke, maybe doing like a parody or something like that with puppets or something like that. But no, they're saying they're going to show the actual real security footage from the pay-per-view. So this just seems like entirely a publicity stunt. I've never heard of a wrestling company ever showing backstage footage from a recently let go wrestler to try to justify their company. It's like after CM Punk did that interview, the next Dynamite, Edge had to go on there and say, yes, this is the best place to work. This is where everyone wants to come. Of course, he was saying that to an entire empty arena. AEW cannot sell out any arena these days. Sure, they made a lot of ticket sales for All In at Wembley Stadium, but that was like a once-in-a-lifetime event. So yeah, I'm not surprised they sold out, especially with MJF as a champion at that point. But now they got nothing. So in the end, this is embarrassing for Tony Khan. It's an absolute clown show, AEW. It's being run by the wrestlers, not a business-minded person at all. Tony Khan seems like a nice guy, but he doesn't seem like he knows how to run this company. So, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I'll try to check it out, though, but in the end, I don't care. I don't care, and no one should care because it's not going to affect anything. Like, even if it's like the worst case scenario where Jack Perry was just walking backstage, minding his own business, and there comes CM Punk, and he spits in his face, and he pulls his pants down, and he takes out this giant unicorn baseball bat, and then he does some absolute heinous shit to him. Anything barring that, it's a know-nothing burger. And it should be, because, I think it's an embarrassment for AEW at this point, though. Just absolutely desperate for any kind of ratings, any kind of pop, any kind of social media buzz whatsoever. And sure, this is getting a lot of attention, but mostly it's like the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Like, who the fuck cares? Why are you doing this? It's just one of those things that you guys could do so much better, but this is what you're going to give us? This is what you think people want to see? You guys have no long-term booking whatsoever. You just have dream matches that go nowhere. Not even really built up for pay-per-views. And guys that are just hanging around doing nothing. And this is how you're wasting your time as a company. Oh no, CM Punk, the real footage. And what happens worst case scenario if this is all Punk's fault? If he went out there, assaulted Jack Perry, again, he's not going to get arrested. There's charges are not going to be filed. And more importantly, it's not going to bring people to your company, Tony. It's not like every WWE fan right now, every person with a CM Punk shirt is watching this behind-the-scenes footage in absolute horror and then afterwards setting fire to all their CM Punk merchandise. It's not going to matter for you. You're not bringing in people. That's what this company does. They're very good at dream matches. Probably one of the best at dream matches because, oh, hey, we're just going to have a Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. It's like, oh, what a fantastic match. I'll tune in for that. But then after the dream matches, after the big announcements, weekly Dynamites and weekly Collisions and weekly Rampage, you got nothing. you got absolutely nothing, and that's it. So again, maybe you might get a few extra ratings points from this publicity stunt, but you ain't gonna sell out the arena. You ain't selling out any arena at all. Though right now, Edge is giving promos, really, really good promos, to empty arenas. And that's so sad to watch. He shouldn't be giving a promo to empty stands. That's just embarrassing. So ultimately, in the end, what do you guys think about that? You think tonight we're going to get some kind of massive reveal? Is it going to expose CM Punk for a liar? Or is it just going to be some bullshit publicity stunt and that's it? Let me know what you guys think about it.